This is a place that I'm scared of my life of, and it's the longest I have been on a location for some reason. Okay. Folks, welcome along to another adventure. This is the townland of Cooneen, and it's outside of 5 Mile Town in County Fermanagh. I'm currently at a church in the middle of the woods. What we're going to see today is the Cooneen ghost house, and I'm currently lost, like the last time. But like the last time, I come across this church, and it always stuck in my mind because it actually doesn't make any sense at all. Normally you have churches that are created around communities, and this is deep in the forest, and to me it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's graves around here, and it's just got a strange kind of an atmosphere to it. So let's have a look around before, and hopefully I will find the Cooneen ghost house. A big shout out to Carrickfergus Paranormal group who invited me on an investigation with them. I'm down a couple of hours early so I can do a video for you guys, you know. So hopefully I will be able to find it soon, because time is ticking. We have modern graves around this site. These little butterflies. Huh. There is a few modern graves around, but it's kind of strange having this church deep in the woods. Why did that chain have to be there? It means now that I have to go on for it. Nobody's going to hear out in the middle of the forest.
Back from the dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go.
Now we're back from the dead.
That is crazy. It is literally falling apart. Right, where I am right now is Ireland's answer to the Exorcist house. Way back in 1913, a woman by the name of Bridget Murphy moved into this house with her 6 children just after her husband died. From 1913 to 1915, they had experienced terrifying events in this house. From pots and pans flying around the place to beds levitating. There was 2 priests, Father Coyne and Father Smith, Father Coyne or Father Coyle, I cannot remember, but 2 priests tried to help the family out, but were unable to. Their recollections had been documented. I've just seen a white orb just pass me here. By 1915, the family had gotten fed up of what was happening in the house. They took a boat from Scotland to America and never came back. Now the history before that, nobody is quite sure, but many sensitives says there was an old man that lived here, and when I came here I could get visions of an old man who is quite grumpy, but way back 2 years ago, when I first came to this house, the experiences that I had between getting sick, cameras malfunctioning and all the rest of it, but mainly because I actually was physically sick here. I walked away from the paranormal for a long time, but I thought I'd never be back here, you know. But I have a couple of hours before the team arrives. Now I wasn't quite sure was it going to get in because there was barricades around, but actually you can open the barriers and come in, you know. But the place is actually falling apart. Many people experience, and I have actually experienced myself, footsteps on this on these floorboards here. Now they're a lot more broken up than they were, but as you can see, this chimney has just completely fallen apart here. This is said to be the most active area of the house, and actually it was one of the bedrooms, and that piece of wood has been lying against that for actually years, and you can see little jowls in here. So this was part of the structure of the house at one point, you know. But if you I will leave a link to Northern Ireland's Greatest Haunts. If you haven't seen Northern Ireland's Greatest Haunts, go and watch it. I'm going to leave a link down below. It's my favourite paranormal documentaries of all time. Andy Matthews, who is a psychic investigator, and Marion Goodfellow and a team of investigators came here for the night. And actually this piece of wood was still lying up against the wall here. But it is one of the places that Andy Matthews will always remember, and he says he's not in a rush to come back here, and he's a brave guy. So a lot of activity in this house, a lot of stories as well, some true, some false, but this is one of my biggest fears, is actually this house, you know. So I'm going to go down, have something to eat, come back, maybe do a spirit box or something, and later on maybe we will get some of the investigation in. If not, I'll go off and do my own thing here and there before they come, you know. As you can see, there's a barricade right around this house to stop people going into it. It's belonged to the Forestry Commission now, and there's public liability issues because of the state of the house, but it is a big attraction here. At least there's a gap here to get in and out. I think this used to be a toilet. There's a little outhouse of some kind anyway. But as you can see from around, there is nothing around here. And way back in the day, people didn't have transport they had these days, you know. But there is the house. I did read a report on the internet that people wanted to restore this building as a tourist attraction, and the Catholic Church was against it in a big way. Don't know how true it is, but it possibly is, because the Catholic Church had been connected to this house way back between 1913 and 1915 with those activities in the house. And actually one of the children hurt her fingers when a drawer on a chest of drawers upstairs slammed shut on her fingers, you know. But the last time I was here, it felt like the place was infected with a negative energy. I could smell sulphur in there and everything. And I just got outside 5 Mile Town when I was violently sick. And I had been sick then for about 3 months afterwards. So you can imagine, it's pretty scary being back here. But, you know, there is backup on the way. Actually, if you do watch that video that I'm going to leave a link to, Andy Matthews, the reason why those programs are so good is because of Andy Matthews' research. I go on a video place. I don't go to the local libraries and dig up information, you know. He also went to Enniskillen Library and got some information there, like. So a very detailed bit of research there. So go and watch that video. And actually the whole series is very good. Northern Ireland's Greatest Haunts. And I actually, since watching those videos, I went and I visited a number of those locations. This is the back of my car, and this is all my equipment, EMF detectors and other devices in that one there, actually. The bits and pieces, you know, cables, batteries, extra screws, insulating tape, which you should always bring with you. You never know when you're going to need it. In that there, spare lights for cameras, GoPro cameras, and laser grids, temperature reading devices, and all is in that. And over here we have the camera equipment. This box here has the sound equipment, like the parabolic mic. There's actually the static teddy bear is in there, and this here is a device for measuring atmospheric temperature and actually sound levels and stuff like that. So and this is just me, you know. There's a whole team coming down here later on. So these are the only trees left. Way back when they shot Northern Ireland's Greatest Haunts, this whole laneway was covered in trees. This is the upstairs, where some of the children slept in that. I wasn't able to reach it the last time I was here, which was about 2 years ago. But it's the middle room of the house, which has the stairs. The other sides just had these doors, which probably had the stairs up to them, like. But as you can see, it's just structurally in very, very bad shape. When you see this fireplace that is completely split in half, that stone was going straight across there and was sitting on this, and that is what my equipment is sitting on. Once that went down, it has taken half the chimney down with it, which you can see up there. I'm going to show you the outside now. There's the two chimneys, and this fire chimney here, the way it's slanted over, it's just a matter of time before that comes down. Once you have a major piece of structure ready to fall down like that, the whole building is then in trouble. I may be in the backside of nowhere, but I did meet a couple just there a few minutes ago, and they want a shout out, so big shout out to you guys and your, was it 4 or 5 dogs? Very nice speaking to you for a while, and very nice people, so big shout out to you guys. This is one thing I was wondering about, I never seen it before, is a little archway here, and it's possibly to let in light from the doorway that's over here into this area here, which is probably the main sitting room, you know. But a little hole for to let in some light. I have been doing a couple of sweeps now and again to see if I picked up any EMF here, and nothing so far. A couple hours time might be a completely different story, you know. And out here there is no power lines, and very little cell net or anything like that, just basically in the middle of the forest, you know. So maybe in a couple hours time we will get a different, it might be a completely different story here, like. I'm actually going to go down to the car for a little while and sit down in the car for a little while, because it's going to be a long night. You know, I started off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 5:45 now. Hopefully I picked that up on camera. That little noise behind me, I don't know what that was. Could have been the wind. But I'm going to go down and I'm going to pick out some of the equipment that I need to bring back up here. So we'll be back to you in a little few minutes. Pheasant. The one thing that this place has a lot of is actually pheasants. I've seen loads of them. Right, just off camera I had a hello back to me on the SP11, so I'm going to continue it on from here. Can you say hello again? Can you say your name? Tell us your name, nice and clear, and use the words, use the device. You remember Bridget Murphy? They used to live in this house. say Bridget again, nice and clear. Bridget? How many spirits are actually here? Many spirits are here. You might not be here. You like this device that you can communicate with? Can you touch these other devices? These devices here, can you come up close to those? Communicate to those. Can you finally tell us your name again? Communicate. What is your name? I'm gonna say goodbye now. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Hopefully I picked up something on that as well. If you can help me out with what may be picked up, it would be brilliant as well. I'm going to have to turn this off because I think there's people arrived. I don't know if it's the investigators or what's the story. So I'm just going to close down for now, but I will be back. Before I temporarily go off, what I have here is a little music box. And over here we have an EM pump going off, and the static bear over here. So that's our trigger objects, and hopefully this EM pump will help with the energies and stuff, you know. So we'll see how that goes. This is actually supposed to be the most active room, and that's where I have my EM pump. Can you make a sound if you like the music? Can you make a noise for us? That was me. I'm actually been in here since 4 o'clock. The last time I was here was only in 20 minutes. But I'm in here since 4 o'clock, and it's 6:30 now. So that is a long period of time inside in this house, you know. Hopefully we picked up something on the spirit box, on the both those spirit boxes. I won't know if there's anything until I go home and review the footage. But we'll see how it goes. It's a little bit later on, and the atmosphere is a little bit different now. I'm starting to get pins and needles in my face and my hands and stuff. And I've had that sometimes when I do spirit box sessions. And so possibly the atmosphere has changed inside the house here. What the fuck? I never heard it playing music like that. Normally you would hear a little buzz now and again when you're setting up and that, but never that kind of, like a music tone almost. Okay. Okay. The K2 has been set up over there and nothing's happened. So it'd be interesting to know how things change when it starts becoming dark, you know. I'm going to go back down and see if there's any other equipment that I need, possibly the night vision camera maybe, and see how we go from there. I went into a local petrol station to get some candles for later on, and I bought these. And what I didn't realise at the time, it says Murphy and Barrett. And the lady who lives in that house up there was called Bridget Murphy, which is kind of a coincidence there. It's a bit later on now, and it's starting to get a little bit dark. It won't be long now. It won't be long now till the team arrives to do their investigation. There's a possibility that I will come back here. Rachel wants to do this investigation here, so I might bring her. Sometimes you would see orbs in this location, so just keep an eye out. That's why I decided to run the camera again. Is there anyone here to talk to us? Make a noise? Or make it, or touch this device I have in my hand. Guys, I may also pick up things on audio. If you see smoke there, it's me behind the camera here. But there is a possibility of picking up audio. Sometimes it may seem pointless me walking around with a camera when we've seen all this already, but we're also using the audio to pick up evidence. That's a bird. Scared of my own shadow there. Can you make a noise? I thought I heard a grunting noise. Come on, show us you're here. That's a bird. Give us a sign you're here. Make a noise on the floorboards. That wall is actually leaning this way. It doesn't look so good at all. Right, I'm going to take a few photographs. I'm going to take a few photographs and then see where we go from here. Earlier on, when I was talking into the camera, that my camera has facial recognition and there's a box over my head, and earlier on it was just going all over the place, which I don't know what that was about. But certainly the atmosphere has changed. Nothing on the EMF detector or anything like that. So I will brief you when the paranormal team actually arrive and do their thing, because I'm new to this. I'm a student, as it were. But myself and Rachel will be doing investigations, and we will be coming here, you know. So look forward to doing that. And the camera is going nuts again, whatever that is about. But there's locations where you pay money to go into this building, and it's lovely inside. There's electricity and there's heat and everything. This is not one of those. So some of these locations, there's no place to sit, and it's damp and it's dingy and it's uncomfortable, and basically it looks like an old cow shed, to be honest with you. But we will see when the team arrive what happens after dark, you know. This is the area around where the house is. Very, very quiet. think there's a house. There's a house about 500 or 600 yards down there. But after that, there's nothing. It's 8:10 now. And I'm just, I just brought up my equipment. Because I just don't want to be waiting down in the car and that. So, I have some candles and stuff dotted around the place. One over here. I have the REM pod there and a little music box there. The EMF detector is here. And another EMF detector over there. And I'm going to set up the millimeter as well. I'm going to do a thermal imaging sweep. This is the front bedroom. The red is cold spots, and the blue is cold spots. The red is warm spots. I don't know what all that is. It will give me a reading on temperature, which says 2.8 degrees Celsius, but I don't understand why all that red was coming down there for a second. Right, let me see. She's starting to malfunction a lot. And the battery is actually dead now. There's a brand new battery put in that before I left. And it's gone. This is a place that I'm scared of my life of, and it's the longest I have been on a location for some reason. The atmosphere isn't like the last time, but it possibly will change over the night, you know. I'll just keep an eye on the EMF readings and stuff like that, and hopefully the rest of the gang will come soon. Right, it's 8:30 and I put my second set of batteries into the thermal imaging camera, and they're drained as well. And I just charged them all last night and made sure I was prepared for tonight, you know. And I have had the same problem with the night vision lights. I had to change them under the spotlight of the car with a screwdriver and everything, and when I changed them they were flat as well. So I just don't know what's going on. I made sure that I had plenty of batteries going to this location, and it looks like I have everything is flat, so not so good there. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty scary out here. in the dark, because there is absolutely no light out here at all. And you are actually in the middle of nowhere. But I do have a baseball bat torch with me. Hopefully people will come soon. But it's now 8:30. I was here from 4:30 to 6:30, and then I took a break for about half an hour, and I came back, and now it's 8:30. It's the longest I spent on a location, and for a place that I feared the most, you know. So let's go back inside, folks, and see what's going on. I have my candles going here, and my REM pod, my EMF detector, and my little music box there. This floor is a little bit muddy. There was possibly a wooden floor there at one stage, you know. But if you hear or see anything in the background, you know, throughout the video, make a comment down below, because yeah, we're looking around the same things, but there is times where things are picked up. I think in this room the wall used to be a floor here, because there's wood sticking out of the wall here. The one of the attic rooms. I think that blur on the camera was me moving it too fast. That sign outside scared the shit out of me. The reflection coming back at me. You're a long way from anywhere out here. Absolute pure silence. She had tripped over something. No street lights, no traffic, nothing, just in the middle of the woods. I was just wondering what that is. That light is in the distance. The fuck is that? I'm pointing into the trees, like. I'm not pointing at any house or anything, I'm pointing into the trees. Oh, it's a satellite. It's a satellite. I'm pointing at the sky. There's a bright light over in the in the sky in the distance there. Oh. I'm having trouble focusing here. That is probably the problem. But as you can see, the road is down here. There is no lights. There is no traffic. There's just a small road down here. Listen, not a thing. Just the odd animal making a noise, and that is it. Grass goes the whole way down to the road. That's my breath. It's down to about 6 degrees now. Come back into the house now. Not that it's much warmer. Gonna use I'm using a new UV black light. Wow, look at that. That's cool. It's fluorescent paint. Whoa. That's what that is. Whoa. More fluorescent paint. More fluorescent paint here. As you can see, there's no roof on this side. Gonna go up the attic here. What's these? They're fluorescent rods. They light up in the dark. People have been using them here. Oh, these are cool. See, that's class. See if there's any more. They're pretty beat up though. Oh, they're dowsing rods. That's what these are. Look, dowsing rods. Wow. Dowsing rods for the dark. That's amazing. Let's see. They're pretty rusty. But that's what they were. But nothing audible picked up by my ears, but my camera might have picked up something. Folks, the team has arrived, but most of our equipment has actually got no batteries left in them. Whatever is going on there. Carrickburgers Paranormal is in there at the moment with some equipment and stuff. So, big shout out to them for letting me join them tonight. I haven't been with them since March. The reason why I'm out here is because somebody thinks that there is somebody outside. So if you hear anything or see anything on the camera, make a comment down below, folks. That laughing in the background is my is the team. Genie Mac. Right, I'm gonna go down. If there's anyone here, can you talk into this device I have in my hand, this camera? The reason why we have poor visual is because the light has died on the camera as well. So, I am actually going to go down to the car and change batteries. But there's a lot of equipment up there, and most of it is now unusable because of the battery drainage. It's actually frosty. It's the first frost I've seen this year. I have an awful lot of spare batteries and we have them all used up nearly. So going back up to the house now. Actually I had to change the light on this camera on the way down. It's just draining everything. We tried putting an EM pump on to see what it'll improve things, but at this stage we've nearly lost all our equipment. But out here, there's no light pollution or anything like that. The stars are brilliant. The stars look great. We got a couple of things picked up on a spirit box. A couple of growls. Couple of things like that. That is separate from my spirit box session I done earlier on. But we're heading back to the house. Folks, it's the next day. We actually had finished up around midnight or midnight, and it just got so cold, and eventually all the equipment, most of the equipment actually gave up. So I hope you enjoyed the video. A big shout out to Carrickburg's Paranormal group for inviting me down. Only for them it would not be possible. We did plan to go there at some stage, but I was holding it off because I was actually scared of that location after my first experience there. But not as dark as the first time I visited that location. But hope you enjoyed the video, folks. I wanted to keep that as raw as possible. I didn't want to edit anything out, so it was just left as naturally as possible. So hope you enjoyed the video, folks, and as always, be good to each other.